All right, it's finally time to cut my hair. I know we've all been waiting so long. Most of you are just as excited as I am because I've been talking about doing this in the last few videos. And then directly after this video, we're dyeing my hair Halloween colors. So yeah, I'm excited to see you all there for that video as well. And if this is your first time here, I hope to see you there too. So I have decided on bottleneck bangs. After looking up lots of different kinds of bangs, I decided that that would be what's best for my face shape and kind of what I'm going for. And then if I change my mind and want to go back and do any other kind of bangs, then I have a lot more to work with. That's what I decided was going to be best for my hair type and just the situation that we're going through right now. I already have so many layers in my hair. My last haircut, I went into the salon and got it. And I haven't grown my hair out in so long that I accidentally asked her to do my normal haircut, which is a lot of layering, a lot of texture, a lot of thinning it out. And I also had my husband touch up down here, and I've been growing out this undercut. Between that and just damage from time to my hair, which I've been doing really good with my bleaching, so hopefully over time my hair health's going to keep getting better. But from the times that I wasn't so kind to it, it's just thinned out over time. I am going to give my ends a trim as well, but I'm going to wait till after we color my hair. But a lot of this haircut today, this fringe actually goes into a lot of this front parts of my hair down here to face frame. So with as little as I have left on my ends, it's basically going to be a trim anyway. But I'll still come back and do some more after the coloring. Type of bangs, bottleneck bangs, or layered bangs. It's basically like the little sister of the curtain bang. It's going to still face frame and come down, but I'm going to have some like hair going across here. It's going to be shorter across here. Not quite a blunt bang either. I found a decent video on it. There's like thousands. Best I can do is show you the picture of the girl cutting the hair in this specific tutorial because I actually found it on a YouTube channel called Love Haircut, and I thought that was her channel, but then when I clicked on it later, I think they just use other people's hair cutting videos on there and tutorials or something. And they had other ones with the same name in this one, but different people doing it different ways. And I personally just really like this one. I feel like she explained it so well that I don't even need to like reference back. I like learned a lot from the video, which is a big thing for me, as most of you know. I like to learn things as well. I like to just keep trying to better myself, learn new things, whatever it is. Push myself. So if you do go looking for this, this is what she looks like. Sorry about the screenshot, but this is what the girl cutting it actually looks like. It was kind of like live, and it was on Love Haircut. How to cut and style layer bangs, bottleneck bangs, hair style and cut, but like I said, they have other ones with that same name and it's not her. So if you do really want, I can go back and maybe link this below in the description. But for right now, I just wanted you guys to get a general idea of where I got my tips and tricks today. I did go to beauty school, but I'm gonna be honest, it was a very long time ago. And even when you're right there in the industry, things are constantly changing. Techniques are constantly changing. So regardless of all that, I feel like I'm starting new as a daisy is basically the point I'm trying to make. I am going to dry cut mine today. You can do wet or dry cut. Maybe I might end up just spraying a little bit of water, but just know if you're doing your haircut, if your hair is wet, it's going to shrink up, especially after blow dryer stuff. And also if you have like a cowlick here or your clients or whatever, if they have like a cowlick in their bang, that's also, see how mine kind of makes my hair stick up. So if you're wet and you're putting a lot of tension on it, not only is it going to pop up like mine just did, but it could pop up even further with the cowlick. A lot of you know I have health problems, and I've come a long way and I have to work on it every single day. But some days I wake up and things just don't work. I'm trying to open this, scissors. Things just don't work. My hands don't work. You know, I have neuropathy. So my hands are not going to be the most steady, which is one reason I have avoided cutting my hair for so long. But I thought I would treat myself to some scissors off Amazon. They got good reviews. They were cheap. I want to say they were like $12 or under. This is a really exciting moment for me, you guys. I haven't held scissors in forever. I haven't done somebody else's hair in like 6 years, maybe even longer than that, actually. Even before I got sick, I was going through some things. My pretty scissors. I haven't held these in so long. They feel light. I'm happy about this. My fat fingers fit in the hole for the most part. My favorite part of beauty school was the first time they had us hold scissors, and I was so used to holding them like this, my regular scissors at home, and I still remember it baffling me. I'm right-handed, by the way. I still remember it baffling me that the way you do it is when you put them on your hands and you put your thumb down here. See, I'm so shaky today. Oh man, good thing these are textured bangs. But I always thought it was cool is like you'd want to keep your hand like stationary, and what they taught us there. Everyone maybe they teach it differently, but what I thought was cool is you keep that stationary and you use your thumb. So you're not using like both your hand to open. Like you're gonna sit there, and they would just have us move our thumb. And so that was kind of interesting to get used to. I don't know if these scissors are gonna work well or not. So now the bottleneck bang got its name because it kind of looks like a Coke bottle. We're going to start kind of skinny here, and then it's going to kind of face shape and go out and then kind of come back in. So it's kind of like a Coke bottle. So now, depending on the hair's density as well is what's going to kind of help me decide how far back I'm going to go here. Hair's density is like a lot of hair, basically. You're going to have more hair density. If you have like thin hair or just not a lot of it, then that's going to be less density. So if you would have asked me 6 months to a year ago, I would have said I had high density or a lot of density. So I would have been able to go back farther on here and take a lot more into it. I'm going to be a little more careful today because if you ask me now today, I feel like I have less density just because my hair opening and closing the cuticles so much and damage. It has thinned out my hair some in general. And then once we get down here, because of the layers and everything, there's just not much here. And so that was her second part of that is not only with the density, you don't want to go too far back. The more far back you go here, you're going to be taking more away from like their length here. So if you're doing this on someone else or even yourself and they don't want to take away like a lot of length, which I don't. So I'm going to be taking my section up here, but I don't want to go too far back. But yeah, if you have like thicker hair and more density and you have like a lot more of it, keep that in mind. Just going to section it off. You can do this with the middle part. She felt like you can kind of do it with any part. I'm one of those people where I wasn't normally a middle part person until YouTube, and now that I do so many like split dyes and things like that and comparing side by side, I found that I part my hair down the middle more than I used to. I also do it just for air drying. It just helps hit in my crown and back here where it takes longer to dry. I'm going to kind of let this like decide itself. It looks like my hair is kind of picking the middle part. And I do like a little colic here. So she said you can do it with the middle part, which is what a lot of people do. But don't be worried if your part is naturally off to the side. She said you can kind of work with the situation. You know, you can put like this shorter part where we're going to start the guide there and kind of work face frame around that. So I am doing dry hair. Like I said, if anything, I might spritz my hair, but I want to make sure I do it dry. That's just my personal preference. I can't see you. Just to show you guys a few pictures of what we're working with. That's her like mannequin before. And this is kind of like the end result where she's softening it out. Like the side, she's softening it out. So you see, I do want there to be some thickness. I don't want to do too wispy of bangs. I'm going to just take like a general, just big front section of my hair right now. It's a little bit harder on me for this part just because I can't see as well as if this was on a mannequin. And yes, shame on me for not practicing on a mannequin first, everybody. I have a wig and a mannequin head. I could have tried this on first. But time is of the essence. I want Halloween hair before Halloween. I kind of wanted to do a full haircut on those anyways. I want to go in with one of Brad Mondo's haircuts or something. Okay, so this is a huge bang section, but that's what I want. I wanted to take... I just think it'll be easier for me to envision this if I take this entire front section. Honestly, luckily my hair is already layered. This is going to blend really easily. I hope everyone doesn't show up while I'm cutting my hair and I accidentally snip too much. I can already tell that this is just going to be the perfect bang for me for right now, what I'm going through. Actually, well, a couple snippets in here if I can find them. These are like going to be 12, 13 years ago. Of me like with bangs and my skunk hair that I talk about in the comments all the time. So I'll just pop those up in the honor of doing bangs. To be honest, when I would do my bangs back then, I would just randomly chop off my hair. I didn't really care too much about what kind or any of that. So this was really fun for me to learn about the different types of bangs and the different techniques and just a really all around good time. But see how like thinned out just the ends of my hair are up here. Oh, this is actually gonna help my hair a lot doing this kind of bang. We're gonna get a lot of cutting in. Honestly, just doing this big section instead of trying to start with my smaller fringe section in the front. This has already relieved a lot of stress for me. It was feeling overwhelming. I have cognitive issues. So like simple things or simple directions can just overwhelm me really easily. I don't even think you need to have cognitive issues for that. Okay, I'm happy about everything and I'm so glad you're here, and let's cut my hair so we can color it. I'm so excited for you guys to see this one. This will be this is actually our first haircut video on this channel. I don't like saying my channel because it feels more like our channel. It feels like ours, you know. We've all been here caring and nurturing for it, hanging out together. If this is your first time here, welcome, because we haven't done a haircut video. I've been talking about it and I haven't found the time, and now we're cutting my hair, which, knowing me, is going to set off a chain of events of way more hair cutting. Just like we're going to be doing way more color theory. I'll link my most recent two videos below as well, in case you want to catch up on the hair transformation. We just did some hair color theory, and then before that I bleached my roots. And then before I did a color remover. I'll link those videos below in case you want to catch up before we get to the end of the hair transformation. All right, let me just center myself. Try to calm down my heart rate. And let's cut my hair. Now, as far as where you're going to part it to, she said a lot of people go for like the eyebrow maybe here, or a lot of people have their natural receding line right here. And that's about where mine is. And also she said around the face, you're already going to have like a lot less density, like going through this part. So for mine, oh my gosh, I'm crossing my legs. Big no. Don't cross your legs. Don't cross your legs. Don't cross your legs. All right. So I was actually already thinking I'm probably going to go maybe like an inch, and then and then you kind of go vertical like a triangle. And then I'm going to take it to right here because, yeah, I have like really fine baby hairs there. It's really receded. I don't even have like hair to connect right here. So I might even have to make a bigger bang. I feel like this is so much harder on myself. I'm so used to like either looking in a mirror or a mannequin or a person, like my client in the mirror. Her on there was kind of confusing. This works out perfect for me because I don't even really have a lot of hair here. And they said that you can go to the eyebrow or even to the receding hair or the end of the brow. So technically I brought mine to the end of the brow, but yeah, there's like not much here. So this is really the perfect bang for me. It's going to take care of all that awkwardness. It's going to blend everything in. And there's like the thickness of her part and that hair. So... and see the way like the hairline kind of curves where the part is. And then I keep looking down. That's another thing. If you're doing this at home, check yourself if you're looking down. Because I almost just went and started cutting and I would have been looking down in the mirror when I need to have my head up and straight. Good reminder to myself. Once I get better at this, we should do this live so you guys can point out if it's even. Okay, here's my fringe. I think I can live with this. I keep overthinking it. But yeah, I just wanted it to like come to like here. Okay, nervous is an understatement. Let's do this. She did hers slightly damp, and she just did blunt cutting with her scissors and then went in and point cutted them later. I probably should have done less is more, but we're just gonna go with it because yeah, I just wanted a thicker bang. I mean, let's see. I don't really do much with these anyways. All right, so I'm dry cutting. I'm going to try to make sure to look forward as much as possible. I need to try to remember that. And what we're going to do is we're going to just do this like a middle part. And so I'm going to make my guide right down the middle. Like in between my eyebrows. And actually that's kind of a thick piece. I'm just going to go right down and make a guide right here in the middle. And this is going to be our guide for the rest of the haircut. And then just make sure you look up. If I were to cut it right here, pulling really tight on my brow, and I just loosen up, it pops up here. So even if you're dry cutting, just remember that. I look really funny. So just remember dry cutting, remember that as well. So I'm actually going to go farther down because I can always take more off later, especially as I'm point cutting. But yeah, I just want to make sure I have as much wiggle room as possible. In beauty school, I always get in so much trouble because I would always like have my fingers way too taut like this, and my haircuts on my mannequins would turn out I can't even lift my arm up. Hair would try like that. So even before I had health problems, I always had trouble like keeping my fingers even. All right, so this is essentially our guide. And like I said, holding it loose, sits about there. So I'm going to want to come, I really want mine to be like longer. So now I can pull it a little tighter, and I am going to try and point cut this part a little bit here to make it soft, but I don't have my glasses, so this is actually really difficult for me. I cannot see what I'm doing. My eyes are junk. Okay, so there's our line, and there's our first cut, everybody. I'm scared I went a little too far back on my fringe, but I guess it is what it is. Hopefully those aren't too short. All right, so there is my guide. So I'm going to take half of that here and bring it over here. This is too thick of a section, which I feel like mine is. You can just take the half section first, half of this, and start there. This is going to be over directing. I'm going to have a pretty dramatic angle here. And then here's my guide right here. So I'm just going to cut everything to that guide. I'm just actually going to try and line it up like with my nose and my eyebrow. And I will worry about softening stuff up later. Oh, I lost my guide. Yeah, I could have gone up just a little more on that. See how it's doing like this kind of sideways thing? Take our next section of hair down into that one and find our guide, over direct. And then you can usually see the old guide underneath. And you'll be able to follow that. So you not only are following this original guide, but you're following the one underneath. Okay, so I'm going to take all this, over direct, find my guide. I find like it's harder to find my guide with the blonde hair. Oh, no. So you can kind of see what we're working with. And yes, mine is longer. So once we're all done, I'll probably point cut and trim it up a little more. I'm going to go up right here a little bit at the end. But for now, let's just get our base finished. Now I'm hoping this will be a little easier on me because it's from another angle. And she said there's like not a lot of hair right here. You don't have to section it off. And I don't have a lot of hair on this side at all right now. So this is doing what it's supposed to do. The other side is not there yet. See, we're getting there, but because I cut them so long, I can't see. So the middle, we need a little bit shorter. And then it's just supposed to keep this sharp angle on. And then, I'll have to go in and soften that a little bit. Like you could see, we need to kind of still connect it here. And she said you can follow the guide and just take your scissors and really slowly open and close them going down as well to kind of give you that shape, which is what I kind of have to do over here because I can't really do what I want to do. There's like our general shape. Now we have to finish everything. I do need to go a little bit shorter in the middle because the whole point is to have bangs, and I'm not going to be able to do that like this. I just need to maybe go back to this guide, follow everything again. I can see through my hair. I think the rest of it's good. Another part of this is we want it to look good when my hair is up and my bangs are down, which is another reason I brought so much forward. Do things the way I started. Is this the length? FYI, FYI, I didn't have time to look yet, but if you don't want to get bit by all these little hairs, or you're doing like a buzz cut, in beauty school, we would use like baby powder and like a towel and just put baby powder, and it would just wipe everything off. No problem. Now, last time I separated this section into two, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it this one now. So we're just doing everything we did in the first section of the video. I'm just using the same perimeter and making it shorter and repeating all the same steps. I'm also making sure to point cut just to keep softening up the lines as I go. If you get frustrated like me, I definitely take a break. Now, I did go kind of up farther with mine. I think when I pull this hair down, I'm going to have to try and keep it like to my cheekbone, because it just was too long for me the other way. Definitely modifying them. Maybe after I wash it and like just let it soften up a little bit. It kind of took a turn from the curtain bang, but if you were going with a curtain bang, make sure that you keep like this here, this longer. I went too far up right here. So now I'm going to kind of, because in my head, I had more bangs here and I forgot that the curtain bang is going to be more lower and kind of in your eyes right here. And so like a lot more like this, but like longer down to here. And I'm fine with the bangs, but yeah. So as far as the curtain bangs, I got a little off track. But I can fix it. So what I did is I pulled all this hair down. This would be the next step. And we're just going to pull down the hair. She pulled down the entire head of hair, but I'm just pulling down this next section. You can kind of see how it would have worked with my hair if I would have left this where it was. It's supposed to be at more of an angle, more of like a diagonal right here. When I brought it over here, my hands were messed up and I got the wrong angle, cut it too short. So yeah, so if you're watching this, just make sure that when you like direct your fringe over, I was needing to go down more like this, right? But instead, I'm kind of, looks like we're going more for like anime style type bangs now. the gist of it, it's going to be fine. And plus my hair is not usually this straight. Okay, so see how she's got the next section pulled down and how those bangs are just kind of bigger. She styled them too, but see how they're just kind of bigger and more in the face right here. So if anything, it was like closer to this side. I just didn't have a lot of hair to work with like the model mannequin did. You can tell, especially here, when I pull this down and I go to over direct it and I try to keep my hand on my guide, all these hairs right here fall out before I even get to my guide. Let's soften this up and blend it into the rest of my hair. Now for the last part, to bring it all together, you go ahead and section here. I did like to about the ear. This down, and obviously I'm not the best example, but if all of this, you're going to go with where your guide was here, and this should all be kind of going even down here. But basically we're going to have this blend into this. So all you're going to do is take from where your guide is, and you're going to take your scissors, slowly open and close them as you're going down. I'm going to go down at a pretty sharp angle here. And I like to kind of slide my fingers down a little bit with it. See, and that's going to kind of give us like our face frame so that it kind of lays around our cheekbone. And then this has some overhang hair. Really wish I would have had this side just a little bit longer. Oh, I was struggling so hard with the angles of this. I'm so used to other people are mannequins. Here I'm just point cutting it and trying to soften it the best that I can. Tell me, I just did it again. Okay, so my bangs are cut and they're just gonna have to do for now. I don't want to keep overcutting them. I want to dye my hair, wash it, and just see how everything lays naturally. I could tell I kind of got to train my bangs here too. They're just kind of colicky. So my hair from the back coming up. and just connect it all together. Oh, that looks cute. We're getting somewhere. My husband actually, I do like this side, but he thought I should trim it up just a little more above my eyebrows. Oh, this does go really good with my haircut. Almost looks like a wig now, though. And we already did our face framing here, so all that I'm really going to have to do is take this like end piece, and I'm just going to trim. I don't want to take off too much length or anything, so I'm just going to keep it extremely angled. Really sharp angle. I don't want to go too crazy, but the front of my hair and the bottoms of my hair really just did need a trim. So I'm not trimming the rest of my hair yet. And then see how that, like this and this needs to connect. I'm just kind of sliding diagonally down to match everything up. So now I can kind of put this behind my ear. This is my favorite side. This is how I wanted everything. Let's fix this side now before I go too far. See, like here and here, we're going to want to connect those. Just try and keep it straight and go all the way down. From this way, you can just kind of cut it up towards your guide a little. But I just think it's easier to do it the other way. See, and now we have just this kind of nice face framing. I don't have any styling product or anything, but I think with styling product, I probably give my bangs. I thought about cutting them even shorter, but what I can do is I can go in with like a Velcro roller if I wanted to. Actually, it looks like that might be too short. So if anything, I'm going to need to train this part of my hair right here to go forward and then just give them like a little bit of volume. At the end of the video, I'll show you guys what it looked like the next morning too with some more point cutting. All right, we got a little bit of eyeliner on. Let's put a star on my face just to look like I'm from Jewel or whatever it's called, Gem. All right, I don't want to mess with it anymore. I like it. I'm happy. We're going to be dyeing it right after this. So anything that I missed or whatever I can deal with later. Okay, so we're all done. I'm not messing with it anymore or it's going to get... or I'm going to really not like it. But I think if I just get this hair wet here and just soften it up, it's just too straight of a line for me and I don't want to cut it anymore. But I'm also just not used to this, so I have to give it like 24 hours to get used to it. But like, I do think that it helped my hair look so much better. Sorry about my dogs barking, it's dinner time. And obviously it was I need to like style, but I think it looks really cute. It's given David Bowie or something. I think it's so easy to just like keep cutting when you know you've gone too far, and that was really hard for me. But you know, I'm happy with it. Like I said, really need to do some styling. But I feel like once it's wet and I wake up, and which is what I usually do, I air dry, I think that these will look a lot less blunt, more lived in. But all in all, I think it turned out really good. It's exactly what I want for my hair color. Like I had a vision with the bangs, and I'm kind of glad this worked out this way because I like the curtain bang with the vision. The vision that I had, I wanted to have a little bit more bang here anyways. So, and that's not me being fake it till you make it. I swear, I really feel that way. If you don't want to miss me doing my Halloween hair or you enjoyed this video in any way, I hope you subscribe. I try to keep it as positive as possible here. We're all going through enough out in the world. So really hope to see you in the next video. Much love and keep hanging in there. And this is the next morning after I used the Velcro rollers, just got my bangs wet and then just did a little bit more point cutting and evening out the other side of my bangs. And I'm happy with it. Not bad. Ready for color. Let's do it. Have a beautiful day.